Deep Shot Podcast, episode 51.
The Gerard Mayo episode. I don't know.
Ooh, there was a 51 for
Brandon
UGA a couple years
Brandon
ago.
Jake
Spike.
Gaines. Jake
Jake
Gaines.
Gaddis. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. Jake Gaines episode.
David Marshall.
David.
Upson Lee legend.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
went
was.
to UGA. David Marshall, number 51. How about that? Okay.
Just all types of UGA legends out here.
Oh, yeah.
First things first, we're gonna pick all the NFL games. There's no college games other than Army Navy. We'll pick that, I guess, if y'all want.
Yes, we got to salute our soldiers and pick the game.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then next week, how about this, guys? So I'm looking at it. Next week, we are episode 52 will be on Tuesday, and it will be exactly 1 year from the very first episode of Deep Shot Podcast, where me and Caleb did a week 14 NFL review, and this is week 14 of the NFL right now. So how about that?
Wow. Hey,
How about-
look, let me be the
Hey.
first to congratulate y'all on 1 year. Eventually, it'll come from me, but here's a little round of applause.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Been
You're
grinding.
getting there, Jake.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody who listens. But we packed show. So first we're going to talk about this. Just rundown. We're going to talk about Chip Kelly and this Oregon rumor. Then we'll talk about picks, and then we've got a nice little "Would you do this" segment that we're going to probably start throwing into the show. A little "Would you?" Just to have some banter. But let's talk about it.
Up, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Chip Kelly is now apparently being recruited to come to Oregon, his old stomping grounds where he's had, I want to say, at least went to a national championship.
Went to that one against Auburn.
They went. They played Auburn.
Went to one against Auburn.
That won that game. People forget how close that game was, man. Like
Yeah.
Michael Dyer
Was.
had that crazy play where he like rolled over on top of a guy, got up, and it took Auburn won that game on like a walk-off field goal. I mean, and that's one of the best teams all time with Cam Newton. It was a damn good team.
Yeah. So the rumor is that the Oregon Ducks have requested to talk to the UCLA head coach after losing their head coach to Miami. I mean, it is, first of all, just want to say this is probably the wildest offseason in college football history up to this point, with the amount of head coaches leaving, the amount of premier programs that are getting left behind by their coaches and going to other ones. And this is just another step in that direction. What are we thinking? First reaction?
He's gonna go back if they put the money on the table. That's
By
my
the way,
first
he was
reaction.
46-7 in 4 years. At Oregon.
So what did he went to Philly? He left that job for Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Then UCLA, or was there a
he
job
did
between
something
Philly
else.
and UCLA, or maybe was there a couple years off in there?
No, San Francisco. 1 year in San Francisco.
Yeah, he was with the Niners for a year.
2 and 14.
I mean, yeah, I think I'm with Caleb on this. If Oregon is at least able to match what UCLA is giving to them, I mean, why wouldn't you accept it? Oregon has all that Nike money coming in. You know, they've got all this pull and, allure to it. You know what I mean? Chip Kelly's already, like you just said, he lost 7 games in his entire career up there. That's like a 1.5 losses a year on average. I mean, that is pretty damn good. Yeah, he gets opportunity with Lincoln Riley. With Lincoln Riley coming to LA, that basically cuts the recruiting pool in half. I mean, why Chip Kelly would want to stay in a city with Lincoln Riley and share all of the recruits?
Yeah, but
that's beyond me. I mean, why wouldn't you go up to Oregon and have all of it on your own? And
it is still the Pac-12 though. It is still.
It is.
You're recruiting against USC basically still.
Yeah, but I think that it definitely goes up a notch with Lincoln Riley being the guy making the calls for USC.
The main thing to me though is like that job. You're talking about qualities of jobs in college football. Oregon is one of the best jobs to have in college football because you have, like Jake said, tons of money for support. You have the best facilities in football, arguably. I'm sure they're behind a couple teams now that have newly renovated, but I mean, Oregon has been the standard of how a program is ran off the field for years now. And just the fact that he had so much success. Now, I will say, I don't know if he's going to have that same success this time because what he was doing at Oregon back in the day, running the no-huddle, spread, up-tempo offense, that was kind of new. Same for everybody now that's what they're doing. So, maybe he can throw a little bit more flavor. I mean, it's obviously that he can still win. I mean, he beat LSU this year. Say what you want to about that. He beat him worse than Alabama did. So you can do with that what you want to. I think he should go back though. I mean, UCLA is the little school in LA anyways, and Oregon just offers a lot more than what UCLA can.
But then UCLA becomes open. I guess goes right back to shit. His 4 years at Oregon, it's crazy. I definitely thought he coached more than 4 years at Oregon, but I mean, his 4 years, 10-3, went 10-3, won the Pac-10 at the time. lost the Rose Bowl. Next year went 12-1, lost the national championship. Next year went 12-2, won the Rose Bowl. Next year went 12-1, won the Fiesta Bowl. Only lost 3 conference games in his 4 years there. Won the Pac-12 or Pac-10 every single time.
Dude, if you would have put a gun to my head and asked me how long he was in the Pac-12, I would have said at least 6-7 years.
Yeah, 4 years. And now I guess he's been in there for 8 years now. He's been at UCLA for 4 years. In his 4 years at UCLA, he's 3-9, 4-8, 3-4, 8-4.
Yeah, it might be time for a change, Chip.
Yeah.
Well, he probably can't get the guys in UCLA. I mean, like, just recruiting on the West Coast has been like, come to Alabama. You know, that's pretty much what it's been for the last couple of years. Come to Bama, come to Clemson, come to Oklahoma, come to Texas. I mean, none of those guys out there are staying home anymore. Hopefully, you know, maybe he can turn that around. I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, I was in the position as a football fan to know how he was getting his guys back in the day then. I'd like to know what his strategy was and what he's going to do about it this go round, because everything's changed. I mean, you're going to have to deal with the transfer portal. It's probably just throwing him for a damn loop compared to what he was dealing with at Oregon.
A lot different, to say the least. But we'll see what happens.
Different.
What would UCLA do? Who knows? I guess they'll just go back
hire
to
us. Me and Jake are still saying hire us. Why can't we do it?
Why not? Look, dude, I will literally quit my recruiting job right now if you give me the head coaching job at UCLA. All right? I'm cool with it.
Cool with that. Oh, I tell you, I'll throw out a name. Let's make this thing interesting. I'll throw out a name. Joe Brady got fired the other day from the Panthers.
Oh, no, I saw him linked to some job. What was it?
It's probably the damn OC job at LSU. I wouldn't be shocked if he goes back there, but if he's going to take a head job, just saying.
LA. Joe Brady's definitely an LA guy. Why was he fired from Carolina?
I don't know. I really don't know. Cam Newton actually came out today and said that he takes the blame for him being fired a little bit, but
you were only there for 2 games.
Right, yeah. I don't know why Joe Brady's
don't throw the interceptions.
I mean, I guess he got McCaffrey hurt back-to-back years. That probably didn't help. I don't know. McCaffrey was healthy before Joe Brady came around. He had never been hurt until last year.
So this 24/7 Sports, he said, take it what you want. It says Miami and Joe Brady reportedly have a mutual interest in the Hurricanes OC vacancy.
Miami.
So bring in him and Cristobal. I mean, maybe you can turn that ship around.
Things are getting nuts.
You have to think they'd have to build a winner down there. You got Cristobal and Brady.
You have to, yeah, seriously, yeah.
Love it. Almost exciting as bowl season. That we'll have a huge thing next week.
Honestly, all this coaching business though is just crazy. I was reading an article on ESPN today, and they were talking about how some pro coaches are going to start jumping back to college football because they're getting paid a lot of money. There's a rumor that came out yesterday that LSU tried to go out after Jimbo Fisher before Brian Kelly.
Yeah, that's $12 billion.
8 years, $125 million a year.
Yeah,
or $125 million for the whole deal. I don't know how much that is a year, but it's a lot of money. It's more than what he's making at A&M, and A&M's paying him 10 years, $100 million. These guys are getting paid like NFL free agents at this point.
It's
no, seriously.
I don't know if I've said it before, but on here, but it was it's crazy to think about a year ago when everybody was talking about the NIL and what it was going to do and how it was going to ruin college football and the athletes. So it's a good thing the coaches stay loyal.
Yeah.
Good thing the coaches don't chase the money.
I saw something yesterday that said that there was some business in Austin, Texas, signed an agreement with the offensive line at Texas, and it is $50,000. Yep, $50,000 a year, just salary, just bang. You sign here, you'll get this. And no, that's only one NIL deal. I mean, they have a couple on top of that. But real quick, before we move on, I just want to say one thing. What do y'all think about Matt Rule? Because I don't think a lot of people, his job security is not at the highest right now.
I think he's one of the guys that you better look at.
Yeah, I think he's
Brady. I mean, he might be soon after.
Yeah, no,
you're talking about guys that are going to jump from pro to college. He is number one on my list right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
USC tried to go after Cliff Kingsbury, and they had the nuts to do so, and ended up getting Lincoln Riley out of the damn deal. But just the fact that they felt confident enough that they could get him makes me think if Matt Rule's not going to be successful in the pros, she'll just go back to college and build a winner again, like he did at Temple and at Baylor.
I mean, look at Oregon. I mean, what if the whole Chip Kelly thing doesn't work out? I mean, boom, go to the Matt Rule. I mean, look, what's a better job? Truly, money aside. Well, I say money aside. Honestly, you can keep the money in there because I'm sure that Oregon can pay just as much as Carolina. What's a better job, Carolina Panthers or Oregon Ducks? I mean, that is a conversation to be had.
I would definitely say the Oregon Ducks.
I would too.
I would absolutely say the same thing. I mean, you're talking about in the NFL, just in general, like there's parity. You have to work and grind, and the best teams lose every week. And that doesn't happen as much in college football anymore. I mean, this has been a crazy year, but even still, like Oregon, you can bank on being one of the two teams in the north of the Pac-12 that's going to get in a conference championship. Carolina, you're fighting your ass off in the division with Tom Brady right now. Like,
It's gonna be interesting. Let's get into the NFL. Let's start making some picks. I'm excited. We're gonna go through the whole slate and have some fun here. We're gonna make some. Probably gonna go undefeated, honestly. So let's start. And by the time everybody's listening to this, the Vikings will have won and the over will have hit, and everybody in the comment section can suck our nuts. So there we go.
What a game by Kirk Cousins tonight. I mean, good Lord.
Yeah,
Kirk
yeah,
Cousins.
good. Oh my goodness, 300
And
yards, 3 touchdowns, and everybody hates on Kirk Cousins in prime time. You see what he did tonight?
Right.
T.J. Watt didn't even reach him. Didn't even touch him.
Dalvin Cook over 150 yards, 3
Dalvin
tutties.
playing?
Dalvin is playing. Got confirmed.
Oh yeah, over.
I'm very confident in this pick tonight.
I am too. Let's run with it tonight. All right, let's talk about Sunday though. Ravens Browns, first one on the slate. How about this one? This one gives me a shock. Browns are -2.5. Over under set at 43. Browns last game was against the Ravens and they had a bye, and now they're playing the Ravens again. Ravens are coming off that. Probably should have won against the Steelers, but Jake, I don't know if you listened to the last episode, but I've made my announcement that I'm off the Ravens.
You're off the Ravens.
I'm off the Ravens, and I've went back and looked. Realistically, only have an 8-4 record because of Justin Tucker. You really look at sports and everything going on. So I'm going to go with the Browns. I'm going to do it. I think, look, the Browns coming off a bye week and 2 weeks ago, they should have probably won that game against the Ravens. Now they're going to get them at the dog pound. Lamar just realistically has not looked that great. Neither has Baker, but this is a huge get-back game for Baker. Chubb and Hunt had a really bad game against the Ravens last time. I like the Browns here. I don't know if that makes me an idiot right now or not, but the Browns are also still – I mean, this division is wide open to win. Let me ask you this, Jake. Who's the best team in AFC North?
I'd probably still go with the Ravens, I guess. I don't know, man. They've gone through so many injuries. I'd probably stick with the Ravens for now. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
All right. Interesting. It's just a topic. What about you, Caleb? Who's the best team in the AFC North?
I think it's the Bengals because of that young offensive core that they got, and they've played pretty good defense this year. It's just the Ravens. The Ravens are just underwhelming. Like at the start of the year, I would have said it's them, not I don't know. At the start of the year, I would probably say Cleveland because of that roster, but that shit has hit the fan completely. But Baltimore, they just turn the ball over too much for me, man. Lamar just cannot hold on the ball.
They do, but they find ways to win. Like, they're 8-4.
They do, but that's not. It's not going to happen in the playoffs.
Go back. They had that one their last game before whatever, where they decided to go for 2. Instead of taking the extra point, sending it OT. I mean, they get that boom. They're 9-3. There is something to be said about your ability to just win games, and especially considering the countless injuries that they have gone through this year.
I mean, they figure games out, but still, man, like they lose the Raiders week 1, barely beat the Chiefs, beat the Lions on the craziest field goal in history, literally in history. Like,
I mean, that game against the Browns, Lamar threw 4 picks. I mean, when you look at their games, they've had a few blowouts here and there, but they've also had games where they win by 3, 4, 5 points, and it's literally because of Justin Tucker. And I think when it comes to the playoffs, they're not going to be able to win those games. With Lamar, if Lamar throws 3 picks and they play sloppy, just don't. So with my pick, I'm going Browns -2.5, and I'm going to go with the under of 43. Don't have a lot of faith in both these offenses. It could be sloppy just like the other day. So I'm going to go Browns -2.5 and the under of 43.
I'm going to stick with the Ravens +2.5. The Ravens are yet to burn me. They're yet to burn me this year. So I'm going to stick with
Dolphins game.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that one. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, overall, I'm definitely like sitting positive with the Ravens, like on the season. You know what I mean? So, considering all that, I think they're better than the Browns. I think the Browns. I still think Baker's hurt. I don't know. I don't really love this game. But if you're gonna make me pick it, I'll pick it, and I'm gonna take the Ravens and give me the over.
To me, the Browns have lost to way better teams than Baltimore has. Like their losses this year. I mean, they had a bad one to Pittsburgh. That was ugly. But they lost to the Chargers in a freaking shootout. They lost to the Cardinals, who's probably, I don't know if there's a better team in football this year by what I've seen on the field. They barely lost to the Chiefs, and New England handed it to them. They beat the other team that maybe up there in the conversation for who's the best. And also that week, Case Keenum played, so we have to consider that Baker Mayfield when he plays, they compete in these games. Like the only non-competitive game that he's played in this year was Arizona, and they're damn good. Baltimore's been playing shaky here lately. Their last couple games, if I told you to score, you would think they'd be playing the New Englands, the Tampas of the league. They've been playing the Chicagos of the league, the Lions of the league.
Exactly.
Like they've barely been winning or losing. All right, so their last little slate right here has been a loss to Pittsburgh when they screwed up the last play.
Yep.
They barely beat the Browns after turning the ball over 5 times that game. Barely beat the Bears. You beat the Bears in a whim of a game. Now, Lamar didn't play in that game, so we'll give them that. Lose to the Dolphins embarrassingly and barely beat the Vikings. Okay, and then before that, they got blown out by the Bengals. So, there's shaky play here recently. Cleveland still, I think, has the better roster between the two teams. It's just about how much you can contain Lamar. I'm going to go with Cleveland right here. I think Vegas is trying to talk to me a little bit. Give me those points. And I just trust the Browns' mode of football more, especially when they got both of their running backs healthy and ready to go. That seems way more appealing than relying on the Jackson action show.
All right. Jags, Titans. Titans are at -8.5. Over under 43.5. Was looking at stats and everything, and I didn't notice, but Trevor Lawrence is like not having a good year. Like,
yes. But give me a second to defend my second quarterback. Okay.
Here we go.
I mean, dude. Seriously, like
9 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
But I'm saying, bro, watch a Jaguars game. The play designs are terrible. I can send y'all a tweet. I was on Jaguars Twitter today, and there was one play design they had drawn up where it's literally there's 3 receivers running like the same fucking route. They're all separated by about 10.5 yards. Like, it's the NFL. That gets covered every single time. And I swear, they roll Trevor out more than any quarterback in the NFL. They roll him out 70% of the time. It feels like that's cutting the field in half every single time. That's high school shit. Like I don't understand it. And I don't think Trevor's the problem. Yeah, Trevor, he's thrown more interceptions than touchdowns. Peyton Manning also did that same thing. I think there's rookie growing pains in there. And as well, he has a first-year coach who really doesn't know what he's doing
at all.
Really have wanted to I've wanted to defend Urban a lot this season because I wanted it to work. Honestly, I thought it was going to be cool. Trevor and Urban. I thought that might be a good, might be a cool story if it worked out. Completely hasn't. It's been terrible. I think Shad should go ahead and fire Urban. Get started on the next regime. They've basically benched James Robinson the last 2 weeks. Makes no sense.
Have you seen where the teams came out and said that he needs to be playing more? I saw something where Trevor Lawrence said he needs to be playing more
at his press conference yesterday and said that it makes no sense that he's. I mean, look, Urban wants to play his guy, Carlos Hyde. He wants to play Carlos Hyde all the time. When the Titans and the Jags played the first time, I was actually at that game, and it came down to a pretty close. It was a 2-score game. Jags were going in to score with like 5 minutes left, and it was 4th and goal. We're going for it, and Urban pulls James Robinson out of the game and puts Carlos Hyde back in there. He gets stuffed. Titans get the ball back. Game's over, and everybody in the stands like, why'd you take James Robinson out? He's been cooking them all game. Urban's just very hard headed, wants to play his guys. I think the issue is not Trevor.
It's not Trevor.
James Robinson. I think the issue is Urban. I think the issues are the coordinators, the receivers, coaches. I think it is a terrible staff that has been put together in Jacksonville. And I do not think it's Trevor's fault. Could he have made better plays? Sure. He's also a rookie. But let me say this. Everybody wants to praise Mac Jones, and rightfully so. He's playing very well. Do you think that Trevor Lawrence could go into Buffalo and throw the ball 3 times and get a win?
Well, he's not playing for New England.
No, exactly.
Yeah. Well, if he was.
That's my point. That's my point. I'm saying, like, everybody wants to praise Mac, but if you're going to praise Mac and slander Trevor, you have to at least consider the fact that Mac Jones plays for one of the better rosters in the NFL, and Trevor very well may play on the worst.
Yeah, fair enough. With all that said, I'm taking the Jags plus 8.5 here. I like it. I like it. With the James Robinson, it's questionable as of now, but I think he's going to be good to go, especially with all the. It wasn't just Trevor. I saw where somebody else on the team had a quote too about him playing. The Jags are coming off a really embarrassing loss, and this is a division game, team that you see twice a year. I really think the Titans are kind of sliding a little bit too. I don't think the Jags win this game, obviously, but I think 8.5. I think they can keep it close. I mean, this is a game that, like I said, Trevor Lawrence, James Robinson, they just need to have a day. So I'm going to go with it. I'm also going to go with the over, 43.5. I think that's a little low. Obviously, it's the same as the last one, but two different teams here. I'm going to go with the Jags plus 8.5. I'm not that big of a believer in the Titans. Just really haven't been, kind of going against them all year. I'm going to keep going. So give me the Jags plus 8.5, over 43.5.
Dude, I love the pick. I was thinking this yesterday when I saw that video of Trevor, like basically calling out the coaching staff. I loved it. So I was like, yeah, I mean, for all those reasons you said and for that whole tangent I just went on, give me the Jags. I love it. I think this is a good game for them. I think they absolutely cover 8.5. I think they lose by a field goal, maybe a touchdown. Keep it close. Would I be shocked if a Jags win? Maybe not. Maybe sprinkle a little bit on the money line. It may happen. I mean, if you look at this Titans team now versus week 1, it's so different, especially even the skill positions, AJ, Julio, Derrick Henry. I mean, it's a completely different squad. So for those reasons, give me the Jags. At least the Jags have been playing together. This Titans team hasn't.
Tannehill doesn't have that great of a season either right now.
No, well, he ain't got much help up there. Julio's still out, so that don't really help them much. Here, that's a lot of points for the NFL. Okay, and this is the worst team in football.
There's some big spreads this week. We're gonna be talking about some big spreads.
I gotta go Tennessee. I can't bet on.
Oh, I was about to say we all three about to go Jags.
I can't bet on fucking Urban Meyer. I can't do that shit. Give me Tennessee. They're averaging 2 touchdowns a game on offense. Give me the under too. I'm not doing that.
I will take the under. I didn't take my over under. I'll take that under. I do like that.
Chiefs Raiders in Arrowhead. Spread is at 9.5, I believe. Chiefs minus 9.5, over under at 48. Last time these two teams played, it was primetime Sunday night in Las Vegas. Kansas City absolutely waxed them. Kansas City's been on a roll on 5 straight, I think maybe 6 straight actually. Absolutely, and winning with defense. We've talked about it. I'm going to keep rolling with the Chiefs here at home, minus 9.5. I'm taking them. I truly think the defense is going to keep it going. I mean, they hurt. Melvin Ingram's been a huge addition to that team. They're very healthy at this point. Either only 3 guys on the injury report from what I'm looking at. Darren Waller is still questionable for the Raiders, and that is a huge piece of their offense. It seemed like when they played the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day, like when he went out, they kind of stalled out a little bit and let the Cowboys get back in the game. I think the Chiefs are just on a tear right now to dominate. The Chiefs may not lose again this year. I'll go out on the record and say that. They may not lose again this year. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I mean, they want that home field just as bad as New England because it gets rocking out there in Arrowhead. Give it to me all day long. Chiefs minus 9.5, under 48 because I think the defense shows up again.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest stories about this Kansas City team this year has been the transformation from their defense being bad to their defense being pretty damn good right now. They're playing really good football. And for that reason, we already know everything about their offense. I'm not going to bore y'all. I'm not going to go talking about other weapons that they have that we've seen the last couple of years. For that, I'm going to go with Kansas City 48. Dude, I'm going to go with the over because I think Kansas City's going to score about 35-42 on their own. And then I think Oakland might get to 14, and that's going to push that over.
To all those out there talking about Kansas City, Garrison included, I would say pump the brakes a little bit because they beat Denver, who, if y'all want to talk about something funny, I find this hilarious. Vic Fangio's team last week had a drive that lasted like 11 minutes.
Yeah, I was watching.
They didn't score. They did not score.
Like 20 plays.
yeah.
Ate
up like half the game.
Man.
I'm sure he was very happy.
Javonte Williams was just ground and pounding.
Yeah, he was. But these last couple of games, okay, I'm big on the schedule. That's what I'm going to go by. And I'm all about who are you lately? They beat Denver. They beat Dallas. The Raiders, really bad. Like, really bad. Beat Green Bay without a quarterback. Beat the Giants. I can't go against what they did against the Raiders last time. I think they're a better team than what they were when they played the Raiders last time. So I'm going to go with Kansas City, and I'm going to take the over as well because I think Vegas is going to find a way to score 20 points. But it's about time for that Kansas City offense to really get moving. I think weather is going to be not much of a factor in Kansas City this weekend, as far as I'm aware of.
50
And
degrees and sunny.
right. So even with that being the case, that just makes it even better. The Airhead's a tough place to play. I know they're going to win the game. I'm not worried about that. But as far as a cover, I think we're going to be fine, and the over is going to be fine also.
All right, Saints at Jets -5.5. Saints -5.5. Over under at 43. I think everything 343s here. The Saints, last time we saw them last Thursday, looked rough to say the least. Taysom Hill, ran for over 100 yards, also threw 4 interceptions. Mark Ingram and Ty Montgomery are out, but I think Alvin Kamara will be in.
Kamara is back, yes.
He is in. The Jets are doing okay, I guess, for Jets standards. The last 3 weeks.
Are they the hottest team in the league?
No, they got beat by Philadelphia. Before that, though, they beat Houston. That was a real who's who game a couple weeks back.
Really
Houston's coming off a big league.
In New York, this one's tough. This one is tough. I just feel like, I'm going to go to Saints. Someone else go. I need to hear something.
I'll start. Here's my thing, dude. I don't feel comfortable betting on either one of these teams. But honestly, at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of us are going to be blinded by the fact that it says the Saints. And we've seen the Saints in such a light of the last couple years, being a playoff team, being the top of the NFC South. The Saints do not
Jake's picking the Jets.
I am. Do not be distracted by the Saints. The Saints are one of the worst teams in the NFL right now, especially with Taysom Hill under center. So I think that the Saints and the Jets is actually a pretty damn even matchup. I really think it is. Call me crazy. I really think it is. And if you're going to give me 5.5 points, I'm going to take the team without it. If I could take the Saints plus 5.5, absolutely I would. But you're going to make me do it with the Jets. And I'm going to take the Jets plus 5.5 because I really think both these teams are dog shit. I think the Saints are dog shit. I think the Saints are worse than the Falcons. I think they're worse than the Panthers. I think they're the worst team in the NFC South. If they had Michael Thomas back, maybe. Okay? And maybe Kamara makes a difference. But I think, he's been gone a couple weeks. I don't think Kamara really wants to be out there anymore at this point in the season. Season's kind of a wash. Give me the Jets. Maybe they can make something magical happen. And the over-under 43, give me the under. I think it's going to be some ugly football.
I can't pick the Jets. I'm sorry. Can't do it. No deal. I'm going to pick the Saints. The Saints, what they did on defense last week to Dallas was a little bit encouraging. And if Taysom Hill didn't have a complete meltdown in the fourth quarter, that game would have looked a little bit different than what it was. Dude threw for 260 yards last week. Okay, now you're going to have a backfield with him and Kamara back there. I look for them to score a couple bones on this Jets defense that has been horrendous this year. I mean, they have been horrible. They give up an average on 30 points a game. The last couple weeks, it's been they've given up 245 burgers in the last 5 weeks.
Yeah, I'm on the Saints. I'm looking at everything. I think the Jets have been playing a little better offensively here, but the Saints still have a pretty good defense, probably top 10 in the league at least. They're gonna give Zach Wilson some troubles. I'll call it at least 2 interceptions. Give me that under. I think that the defense is a big thing. Elijah Moore is questionable, and he's been literally their whole offense.
Yeah.
I like the Saints here -5. I think they're just more gritty. They'll get it done.
Zach Wilson back?
Yeah, he came back.
He played last week.
Oh, wouldn't know. Jets.
Not watching the hottest team in football, obviously.
It needs to be Michael Carter to be the one to come back. But.
All right, Cowboys at the football team. Big match.
Huge matchup.
Huge matchup. Probably the biggest of the 1 o'clock slates. Cowboys are -4.5. Over under is set at 48. So
and to spice this thing up just a hair, McCarthy guaranteed a fucking dub this week. He did. He came out and said it.
Did he? In the press conference?
Guaranteed a dub.
Did he guarantee a cover?
Yeah.
I don't know about the cover. What's the line? What's the line?
4.5.
here? I think I hope if he guarantees it, then you would cover too. You would hope.
Yeah.
Well,
Do we go with the fat man here? Though? That's the question.
I'll go with him. I'll ride with him. I think I like the Cowboys here. The football team, they've been playing good. They've obviously won 4 in a row, but they also, it's not like they've been blowing teams out. I mean, they've won a lot of close games. They really got jump started with their win over Tampa, which it seems like they're just a good matchup for Tampa. I mean, you go back last year in the playoffs when they almost pulled it out against them. I think last year in the regular season they played it once. I like this Cowboys here. This is, for them to now. That's also, I will put it out there. The Cowboys are 2-3 in the last 5, and this is also a situation where they really start blowing everything that they've worked for. But they're going to be healthy enough with CeeDee Lamb back, Cooper, Gallup, the whole team out there. Pollard's a little banged up, but I mean Zeke's going to get some more touches. Also for the football team, I mean J.D. McKissick's out already. Curtis Samuel's probably out. Ricky Seals-Jones. They're looking a little banged up. I think the football team.
Yeah, Logan Thomas is out too for like the season, right? Didn't that come out the other day?
Out for the season? I'm not sure about the season. I know
Actually,
he's
I think
at least
he was
out
back.
this week. No, because he played last week. I picked him up and played him in one of my fantasy leagues last week. I don't know about the season.
Yeah,
and
rest
maybe
of the season. Yeah,
really
rest of the season.
That's brutal.
So I think at the end of the day, Cowboys are going to be a little too tough for them. It is in Washington, but I like the Cowboys. They're 4-2 on the road this season. Give it to me. They're also 9-3 against the spread. To me, Cowboys minus 4.5 and the over of 48. I don't love the over. But I don't love the under. For a Cowboys team that I think is going to put up a lot of points, so I'm going to go with the over.
Okay, guys, stop me if you've heard this before. Okay, a big game. Yeah, 2 big teams in the NFC East. A lot of confidence going for the Cowboys. A big win on the precipice right here against a team. Everybody's been talking about the Cowboys all year. This could be the year. This could be the year of the Cowboys. And then they slip up and lose. That's happening again this week. Okay.
Nah.
I love the football team. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. Taylor Heineke is that dude. Terry McLaurin, that dude. I love them. I think they just play that brand of football that is just going to be able to get it done. Okay. And I love everything about them. Especially if you're going to give me 4.5 points, you're going to give me a field goal plus. I take that every time. What do you say the over-under was at 48.5?
Yep, 48.
Jake, we shouldn't be asking you what you're going to take on the over/under, man.
I've been mixing it up here the last couple of weeks. Okay, I've been trying to mix it up because that like the 2 weeks, the last couple those 2 weeks in there where I just took the overs, it did not go very well. It did not go very well. It probably increased my losses by 4 or 5. Okay, so I'm going back to mixing it up. Football team in the under.
Give me the fat man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with Dallas here. Football teams in the graphic. That's great. They're in the playoffs right now. No, they're not even in the graphic. They're in the playoffs. Yeah. They're in the offs.
They're winning the East. Or who? The football team?
Yeah.
They're in the playoffs right now.
Well, I think I'm gonna push them back to being in the graphic after this week. I just don't think they're that great of a team offensively, especially. And you're talking about they're losing all these cats that are really important to their success too. And on top of that, Dallas is getting healthier and healthier as the weeks go by. And I mean, if they're guaranteed to win, they better win. And I'm gonna ride on that. So let's go with Dallas. If they lose this game, season might be done. Just like Jake said, they might start a slide right here after guaranteeing a dub.
The man, he's probably slamming the watermelons this week.
I mean, look, dude, I love the confidence.
I hope it's a watermelon game.
I love the confidence on the fat man, but Matt Hasselbeck once said, "We want the ball and we're going to score." Okay,
he did.
Yeah,
did say that,
and proceeded to throw a pick 6.
Yeah.
Falcons at Panthers. Panthers are minus 2.5. Over under at 42.
Are we all on the same page?
Road
easiest
dog
pick of the day.
Run faster. Road
easiest
dog
pick of the day.
Run faster. The Falcons 4-2 on the road. All right, they don't win at home.
Nope.
They win on the road and in London. They're going to do it again. Falcons money line. This is it. Look, I see this Falcons team at least being 8-9, 9-8. I think that's the type of team we have. The Panthers are falling apart. I mean, they're literally falling apart. I mean, the last time we played them, it was a defensive showdown. We missed some kicks here and there. That won't happen again. They just got embarrassed by the Dolphins. They have no clue who their quarterback is or what they're trying to do. They don't have an offensive coordinator. We just talked about it earlier. I think their head coach could be out the door soon. I like the Falcons. We're a little hungrier. I think. I think we're a little hungrier of a team. Matt Ryan's going to have himself a huge game. I just love the Falcons here. I really do. I think Cordero's going to get them. I think the offense is going to get moving here. I just love him. I don't see a reason not to, as a Falcons fan, bet on. I think this is the game that they win when they're not favored. I love it. I love the road dog mentality we have. I just love it. There's nothing else I can say other than I love it. I love it. And our defense, say what you want. We played Tom Brady last week. It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. It wasn't.
We stayed in it. We stayed in it.
The offense is going to we're going to move the ball. We're going to. I know it's going to happen. Kyle Pitts going to have a big game. He's bigger than everybody they've got because I think the corners are going to be locking up the receivers. This is a big Kyle Pitts game. Give it to me. Falcons plus 2.5. We're going to win the game and the under.
So, yeah, one thing I didn't know until today, the Falcons have been doing their campaigning for the Pro Bowl and stuff like that. Kyle Pitts is leading the NFC in receiving yards for tight ends. And as a rookie. I mean, look, I'll take that every day. Give it to me.
709 yards.
He's already the best tight end in the NFC. I love it. And yes, Garrison, I'm just going to piggyback on all the stuff you said. I'm not going to waste my breath on that because I agree wholeheartedly. I think at the end of the day, the Falcons are a better team than the Panthers. The Panthers are beat up. They are, exhausted. They're just not it. They're not motivated going forward. Their OC just got fired. I don't know how serious the talks are. I mean, the Deep Shot podcast was talking about maybe Matt Rule going to Oregon.
Exactly.
So I mean, maybe they're starting to hear
we called Manny Diaz being fired. So
true. That's true. So maybe the noise is getting in their head a little bit. But so yeah, I like the Falcons. I love the Falcons plus points. The Falcons money line I think is worth a look this week. Big game for old Matty Ice. Big game for Kyle. Then defense gets back this week. Yeah, give me the Falcons.
Stay in the hunt. Just got to stay in the hunt.
Stay in the hunt. That's the thing about the Falcons. That's what we've been doing this year. We lose a couple games, then we win a couple games. We get to 500, and then it's the game to get over 500. We lose, maybe lose 2, and then we win 2. We're just keep on doing that. We go up to 500, then down, then up to 500, then down. And this is where we go right back up to 500. So
I like it a lot. I really do.
I'm rolling with Falcons too. I think they're a better team. They could definitely have the better quarterback. You know that means, right? When we usually go all the same way. But
on Thursday Night Football when the Vikings beat the shit out of the Steelers.
Dude, this podcast could be a flop if they get beat tonight, dude.
Yeah, might as well just pack it up.
Yeah, give me the Falcons though. 42 is really low of an over/under, but I just don't know if Carolina's going to score 20 points. I don't. Give me the under.
All right, Falcons in the under.
This is gonna be a worst game ever to watch, but give me the under.
Seahawks at Texas.
The Falcons games every week are so painful, bro. But I love them. There's nothing better to do on Sundays than sit on the couch, watch the Falcons, maybe fall asleep for a little bit, wake back up, be either disappointed or excited. Dude, I'm telling you, I woke up. True, look at that improvement. I woke up this past week right in time for Marlon Davidson's interception. Right in time for it. I woke up. Oh, what's the score? Oh, pick 6. Let's go. Yeah, it was awesome. Very exciting.
Actually, I'm going to change it from the under to the over.
I like the over. It's very low. It's very low.
That is really low.
All right.
It's going to be Seahawks 9-6. It's going to be bad.
Seahawks at Texans. Seahawks are minus 8.5, over under at 41. Jamal Adams out for the season. DK Metcalf, Alex Collins, Quandre Diggs, all questionable in this game for the Seahawks. That being said, the Texans are absolute trash, and the Seahawks are coming off a big win against San Francisco. Russell Wilson's finger is healed up a little bit. Him and Tyler Lockett had a big week. I like the Seahawks. I like the Seahawks big here. I think they win this game at least by 14 points. Give it to me. The Texans are terrible. They were last week. They were using Tyrod Taylor and Davis Mills. That's just not a recipe for success in the NFL. They're just a terrible team. Seahawks are, probably out of it, but still will play like they're hungry. Especially Pete Carroll trying to act like it wasn't all his fault this year. So give it to me. Still, Texans are only scoring 13 points a game. Give me the Seahawks and the under.
I like that as well. I was trying to find a reason to take the Texans because I'm not very big on the Seahawks. But at the end of the day, the only real reason I could find myself to bet on the Texans was that it's in Houston. But I mean, like I'm not taking that. Russ, you're giving Russ a couple more weeks off of that, off the initial finger injury. I bet he's getting pretty close to getting back. I think it's gonna be a big game for DK, big game for Tyler. Just getting things get back going. Chris Carson, he's still out. Do we know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's done for the year at this
he's
point.
been
Really?
out. Yeah, Alex Collins is a
Yeah,
I
they're talking
didn't
about
know
Chris
that
Carson's got to have like neck surgery. He hasn't been back yet.
Damn, I didn't know he's gonna be out for the year. Okay, yeah, I mean my pick's not gonna change based on that though. Give me Seahawks minus 8.5. I'm gonna take the under 41. I don't think the Texans get in the end zone more than once.
Seattle in the under. That's all I'm going to say. Texans suck.
I love it.
We're all on that one. Getting dangerous. Broncos or Lions at the Broncos. Stink fest of the week. Over under at 42. Broncos are 10-point favorites.
Well, you know
Give me the Lions. Give me the Lions. Are you kidding me? Lions are 8-4 against the spread this year. 8-4. Gritty team. Gritty team coming off their first win. The Broncos are not 10 points better than anybody. All right, now you know, sure, their last two wins were over 10 points against the Cowboys and the Chargers, but not going to do this against this Lions team. The Lion team hasn't lost by more than 10. Well, they've only lost by more than 10, I think.
Like twice this year.
Twice this year?
Yeah, they got blown out by Philly and somebody else.
The Green Bay, Cincinnati, Philly. Those are the only three teams that are beaten by more than 10 points, and those are all other than Philly, okayish teams or pretty good teams.
That's just kind of funny. It's like they've only been beaten by 10 plus 3 times,
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're considering a 1-10 in one team, I mean, yeah.
8-4 against the spread. So that means they've probably been 10-point dogs a lot. I just think they'll. I don't know if they'll win, but probably not. But I mean, 10 points, give it to me. I love the Lions. I love the story. They're coming off a huge win. They're going to carry that momentum in. DeAndre Swift hopefully will be back this week, and he is the best player on their offense. So if they get back, they didn't even have him last week, and they got the win. They get that back, they'll have some more momentum. And I think the defense will play good against Teddy Bridgewater, who, after watching him the other night, he's a joke.
It's a joke. He throws for running backs. That's all he does.
Yeah, exactly. Javonte Williams had like 10 catches, but yeah. Give me the Lions plus 10 and the under. I'm gonna go heavy unders, but they're all pretty low too. Jeez, we haven't had anything above 48, under 42, and the Lions.
Well, I'm defending our pick in my fraternity gambling crew message right now. They're like, you're talking about the Vikings who just lost to the Lions. I'm like, whoa,
exactly.
Whoa.
That's exactly.
I'm like, yeah, and they didn't have Dalvin, and the Steelers just tied to them.
Yeah,
like
the Steelers are also You know what? The Vikings won the game by 3 scores. Justin Jefferson y'all know Justin Jefferson has the second most receiving yards in the league.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Behind.
Who is it? Let me guess. Most yards in the league.
Oh, okay, I got it. It's pretty easy.
Is it easy?
Number 1 receiver.
Who do you think it is, Jake?
Who has the most receiving yards in the NFL?
We're really busting this right now. What's going on?
There's the number 1 receiver in fantasy.
It's got to be Tyreek Hill, is it not?
No, it's not Tyreek Hill. Who's
the number 1 receiver?
Oh, is it not?
If he's number 1 in fantasy, he's not on my
Devontae
team.
Adams?
Devontae Adams is 3rd. Dang, guys.
Wow.
Number 1 receiver. Come on.
The best receiver.
The top receiver in fantasy.
Jamar Chase.
It's L.A.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp.
There we
go.
Yeah. Sport podcast.
God damn it.
Wow,
Maybe
Cooper Kupp is on my team. I'm sitting here saying, well, he's not on my team. Yeah, he is. Unbelievable.
Maybe edit that and make it look like it takes
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, God.
I'm over here. I'm like Googling. I'm like, most receiving yards in the NFL. Who is
Jake, did you make your pick?
I don't think so. Yeah, but I agree with a lot of the things that Garrison said. I think Jared Goff was the NFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. Okay,
and he is the winner on and off the field. If y'all saw the video of his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, them boobies were bouncing. Oh my God, and I forget who was it that replied to it. It was like, that is just so great. I want to say it was Dan Orlovsky. I don't think it
said something
was.
Like,
it?
This is great, and then Dan Orlovsky liked it. And Dan Orlovsky had that like article he wrote a few weeks ago talking about how hard it is to stay loyal to his wife
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Jared Goff. At one point this season, I just remember thinking, I was like, man, I feel bad for Jared Goff. I mean, he's living in Detroit, was
No,
living in
man.
L.A., all that. After I saw that video, I was like, you know what? I think I would be able to get over it.
Yeah.
Making all that money, playing quarterback for the Lions and banging that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'd be all right. So, yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to repeat everything you just said again, but I do like the Lions. I don't think the Lions are a terrible. Whoa. I'm not going to let that get out of my mouth. I don't think the Lions.
They're not the worst team in the league.
I
Yeah,
don't
come
think
on.
the worst team in the league. I don't think they're 10 points worse than the Broncos this Sunday. I think they lose by 9 at most, hopefully. And give me the under 42.
So she was at a SI swim shoot whenever he won the game like that. Maybe she needs to not go to the rest of them.
Yeah.
It's probably
Is
the team
it?
that we're going to win.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, you got to think this guy. Yeah, he's in Detroit now, big whoop. But I mean, look at his bank account.
It's like
Look
Blake.
what's in his bed.
It's like Blake Griffin.
Yeah, maybe.
LA to Detroit.
Maybe. Give me the Motor City Boys right here. I'm a big Man Campbell guy, big Lions guy. I know they're 1-10, but they are on the uptick, fellas. Just saying,
You're right.
they're on the uptick. They're
They
not
gotta
there
win.
yet. I'm not going to give them the title, but they look to make it 2 in a row this week. They might be
The
the
hottest team.
hottest team in football next week.
Oh,
We'll
shit.
see. We don't know. We'll
They
see.
could 2 wins in a row.
Dude,
Two
I hope
dubs
that. I
back to
hope they
back.
win. I hope they win just for that.
Dude, you got to
Just
think,
for-
man. Just think. If the Ravens miss the field goal, okay, just stay with me.
Yeah.
Ravens miss the field goal. Minnesota misses their field goal. Pittsburgh doesn't screw that, or they don't screw that game up at the very end and miss their field goal. Cleveland, they score another 3 points. Chicago doesn't hit their field goal. I mean, we're talking about they're in the graphic if they get some of these field goals the other
There
way.
you go. Yeah, the Lions, man.
They're in the graphic. They should be. They're
Right,
still not done either, by the way. Their playoff chances are technically not over.
Yeah.
They got to have 10 games each week go their way the rest of the way out, and they got to win out. But
Could happen.
never know.
All right. So you got everybody's on the Lions. It's 3 straight games in a row. We're all on the same team.
Yeah, what's over under?
42.
Oh, man. That's brutal. It should be lower, honestly. Give me the over. I don't know why. No, I can't do that. I'm not pulling anything. I'm not doing that. No thanks.
Giants at Chargers this game.
The run.
Some
He's
spread.
running it. Jake Fromm's running it back.
Chargers -10 over under at 43. But do we know who's playing quarterback for the New York Giants?
Did I just hear that right?
He's
Jake
running it back.
Fromm, quarterback, the New York Giants this Sunday, LA.
Giants money line. Giants money line. Run it. Absolutely. Are you kidding me? That is awesome.
All right, but other than that, yeah, Jake Fromm is supposed to be. They say Mike Glenn's in concussion protocol. Daniel Jones is doubtful. With that said, I'm pretty sure Mike Williams is out for the Chargers. I think Keenan Allen's on the COVID list.
He might be able to come back. He might be able to.
Eckler's also questionable. On the other side, Galladay, Shepard, and Tony also all questionable for the Giants. I really was all on the Chargers, and then Jake just kind of fired me up for a second. So I'm going to go with the Giants. I'm going to go with the Giants +10. There's a lot of big spreads this week. I think as much as it is going to, I'm going to be ecstatic to watch this game, like seeing Jake Fromm actually play in the NFL. As much as a hater and all that shit in college, I want to see it happen. I think this is where he becomes the second Drew Brees, maybe. Just dink and dunk, keep the team in the game, no mistakes. He probably won't throw a pick. He doesn't do that kind of stuff. Chargers are out a lot of their weapons. Chargers, like I said, one of the worst run defenses in the league. Saquon's been looking for a big game to go off. This could be it. Give me the Giants +10 and I'm going to roll the unders. Under 43.
I'm gonna stick with the Giants +10 as well. That absolutely fires me up that Jake Fromm's playing. Fires me up that Jake Fromm's playing. Dude, I think he can get it done. At least keep the ball moving against this Chargers team that has been, and they looked all right last week against the Bengals, but Outside of that, they haven't looked great. So give me the Giants. I think a lot of it depends on who Franz has at his disposal. Like you said, that Tony is questionable, as well as a couple other of his weapons. It will depend on having Saquon being good.
Saquon's going.
I'm more talking about the receivers and tight ends. We need Saquon to have a good game, have good production out of him as well.
Evan Ingram's been having some good games too lately. Evan Ingram's
that's definitely a big sign for Fromm, but it's also a good sign for the Giants because Evan Ingram, good Lord, his hands have been so unpredictable since he's entered the league. So, I mean, it might be a little bit of I just want to see Jake Fromm do good because I think it'd be really cool. Give me the Giants plus 10 and give me the over 43. Give me the over 43.
I want to see Fromm do it really well, and I hope that he does, but I'm not stupid. Not an idiot. They're playing this on the West Coast. It's a home game for the Chargers. New York doesn't have a quarterback. I mean, I guess they do. Yeah, I know the Chargers aren't going to have like their two of their best weapons on offense potentially, but you got to think Justin Herbert's going to be able to play above Jake Fromm's level. You would think, right? I mean, you would hope.
You would think.
Justin Herbert never went to a national championship.
This is true.
See, Deep Shot Podcast, we ask the questions that other podcasts are scared to ask.
Yeah, that's true. It's what we're made of. We're asking questions. Does Manny Diaz need to be the coach to Miami? We thought the answer was no, so did they. So, now my question is Jake Fromm going to win this game? My answer is no. Sorry. I don't think he covers either.
For you last time.
Give me the over.
Give me the over. All right.
I do like that.
Let's make it exciting. I hope Fromm throws for 300 bills. But I think the Chargers are going to run it up because the Giants' defense has been atrocious this year.
All right, 49ers at Bengals. This game's big for both teams, trying to stay into that wild card playoff hunt. This is a tough one. Spread is San Francisco minus 1.5, over under at 48.5. Because here's the thing about the Bengals. It's like you just never know with the Bengals. All right, last week I was all about them, and they got stunned, which means this week. But the 49ers also coming off an embarrassing loss to the Seahawks. But to be fair, I think I saw where Russell Wilson's like 17-3 all time against the 49ers. So they never win that game anyway. Get back game for the Bengals plus 1.5. I think it's when the Bengals are underdogs, I think that's when you take them. I don't know the numbers, but I would be willing to bet that they're pretty good when they're underdogs. So I'm going to take the Bengals here at home, 4:25 game on CBS. So they're going to have some spotlight on them. Debo's questionable. Elijah Mitchell is questionable. The Bengals are an up and down team. I think this is where they go back up. I will say I'm going to take the over because the 49ers and George Kittle have been putting up some yards and some points. So I like the over. I like Jamar Chase a lot in this game. I like Joe Mixon a lot. I like the Bengals offense, but I also like San Francisco to fight with it. Keep it close, but I'm going to like the Bengals plus 1.5 here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to disagree a little bit on it. I do think this is a good game. I think the Bengals are, they're nice, but no. It's in Cincy. I'm going to go with the Bengals. I'm going to go with the Bengals. Huh?
Chicken.
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's good. A big Jamar and Joe game. I think they're able to beat a 49ers team that I'm not really in love with. Give me the under 48.5.
I'm going Bengals too. It's because San Francisco's hurt. That's pretty much it. Debo Samuel probably not going to play. Hopefully he does for my fantasy purposes. Elijah Mitchell got downgraded today to basically doubtful. Like he's still questionable, but the rumor and reporting out there is he's probably not going to go. I feel better about Cincinnati. Cincy played like garbage last week, turning the ball over, still fought their way back into that game, and then had a fumble go the other way for a touchdown while they were driving, and that's pretty much the reason why they lost so badly last week. So give me Cincy. I think they're the better team.
So Bills at Bucks, another big game. So this is actually going to be the one that's on 4:25 on CBS for sure. Definitely getting the attention. Bucks minus 3.5, over under 53.5. Must win for the Bills. Must win. Got to win it.
Absolutely.
And I'm going with them. Plus 3.5. Give me the Bills. The Bucks have looked nice. Bills have not. But the Bills are also, the Bucks offense can hit you in a lot of ways. But the Bills offense has really been stepping down, and they have to show up. Josh Allen has to show up. He has to perform, and I think when the pressure's on, he's going to do it. I think there's more pressure on Buffalo here. The hungrier team will probably come away with it. 3.5, 2. I'd like to think this game's within 3 anyway, so I like giving the points, but I just really think the Bills have to win this game. After that Monday night game, they're going to go down, get in the warm weather. They'll be able to start slinging the ball around. I think Josh Allen throws for at least over 300 yards this game. He's got to get right. The Bucs are still a little banged up on defense. I just think the Bucs have also been kind of gliding a little bit these past few weeks. After everybody was kind of giving them a little hate for losing 2 in a row, they've been gliding a little bit. But I think the Bills are just hungrier right now, and I think they're going to get it done. So give me the Bills plus 3.5 and the over of 53.5.
I think this one goes Bills. I think the Bills win this one outright. I don't even think the plus 3.5 matters. I really like the Bills in this matchup for a couple reasons. First off, I feel like in a lot of Tom Brady seasons, there's this late season, like not too late, but right around week 14, where they slip up, they lose a game, and then that's what propels them into the rest of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. Another reason on that is the Bucs basically have the playoffs locked up. You know, they're not going to lose the NFC South. They're probably going to be a top seed going in there, maybe not get the number 1, but whatever. Bills need this game a lot more than the Bucs do. A lot more, especially coming off that loss to the Pats in miserable conditions, 50 mile an hour winds, freezing cold. Like you said, they're going to go down to the Florida weather. It's going to be nice. They're going to enjoy it. Josh Allen's going to love it. And they're going to come out with a win. I don't really have much doubt in that. I think this one's a good pick for us. And the over under at 53. Is this the highest? Yeah, it's the highest over under of the day. So I'm going to take the under 53.5.
I don't bet against the GOAT. Sorry. Gonna keep apologizing for stuff like that because I bet in this podcast. I'm going Bucks. I've been going Bucks all year. They've only burnt me a couple of times. And, I just feel great about what they're doing on offense. And Buffalo just looked abysmal last week, to be honest with you. And I know that's a really good group of talent up there in New England. All right. But even still, it just seems like Buffalo's not going to run the ball because they can't. So it's going to be up to Josh Allen to win them the entire game. Meanwhile, the Bucs are a well-oiled machine on both sides of the ball. They gave up a little bit more in the past game than they probably would want. But, I mean, still, man, you're just talking about a team that is rolling on offense. Gronk is unstoppable. He is a freaking polar bear in terms of the size that he presents on the field and just the way he moves around and runs around. People cannot cover him. Thinking continues to be an issue, and Bucks keep rolling. And you look at their schedule, Jake. You talk about it. Maybe that 2 or 3 game skid was what they needed because they play like Carolina twice, New Orleans again, which they lost New Orleans earlier this year. They're not going to lose.
They won't lose to them again. Yeah,
exactly. Mm-hmm. And then they play the Jets. So this may be the game for them to lose if they're going to lose one of them like that. But I'm going Bucks. Over under. Give me the over.
Nice.
That kind of game.
All right, Sunday night football, Bears at Packers. Packers on minus 12.5, over under 43.
Oh, my God.
Give me the Packers all day long. Shout Aaron Rodgers in week 6 told the Bears fans that he owns them, and he will do it. Montgomery, Goodwin, Robinson, Williams, all questionable as of now for the Bears. That's even worse for them all day. I can't remember what his record is, but Aaron Rodgers dominates the Bears every single time he plays them. He's going to do it again. The Packers are 10-2 against the spread this year, 5-0 at home. Give it to me. Sunday night football. It's going to get ugly. Give me the Packers all day long. All day long.
Dude, for a second, I was thinking when he said 12.5, I was like, I got to go Bears here, but I can't. I got to go Packers. Like you said, dude, Aaron Rodgers literally owns Chicago, owns the Bears as a franchise. Justin Fields stands no chance. I guess I'll take that Packers minus 12.5 in the over. I see Aaron just having hell of a game. In Lambeau, yeah, it's going to be a bad one.
It's going to be disgusting. It would be the best word I'd describe it as. Bears, I think Justin Fields is back this week.
He is.
Don't matter. I don't think it matters. The Packers going to roll. They might be the best team other than the Cardinals. I mean, those are your 2 probably best teams in the NFC. Packers been covering all year long and dominating teams as they should. Let them keep doing it. 12.5 is a big spread, but they're a better team. Packers are 10-2 against the spread this year.
Sick.
So I'm always going to roll with the green men, the green mean machine.
Green machine.
Monday night, last game on the card.
The big game on the card.
Rams at Cardinals. Cardinals are -2.5. Over under at 51.5. All signs point to the Cardinals. All signs. They are 9-3 against the spread this year. The last time they played the Rams this year, they dominated them in LA. Probably the better team. It don't matter. Rams, money line, +2.5. It's the division game. The Rams have got to win. They've got to win to stay in close, try to win this NFC West, because the Cardinals will not slow down. Monday night, we see crazy things on Monday night. We always do. It never disappoints. I mean, the last Monday night game, we saw a quarterback through 3 times. Matt Stafford has got to wake up. Look, he's been getting ratted on a lot. He had those 3 straight games of pick sixes. The guy still has 30 touchdowns this year. 30 touchdowns. I feel like the Cardinals have been win games more with their defense than their offense. Throwing it out there. I like the Rams. I really do. They got smacked by the Cardinals earlier this year. It's a wake-up game, prime time. Sean McVay, Cliff Kingsbury. I like it. There's something about it. There's something about it. All signs point to go to Cardinals, and as you know, Portnoy says, man in the suit, +2.5, over 51.5.
I don't hate the pick, Garrison. I don't. I think that the Rams are due to wake up here at some point. They have too much talent on that roster. But I am going to side with the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals have – I kept on waiting for a time that the Cardinals are going to slip up and lose a couple games here and there. But they really haven't. They keep on proving themselves as one of the top teams in the NFL, especially last week they were able to handle themselves the Bears. They were to handle the Seahawks. A couple weeks before that, beat the 49ers pretty good. They kept it close to the Packers. Those are the last 4 or 5 games for them. Not counting that loss they had to the Panthers, which they didn't have Kyler or D-Hop. They're back to fully healthy this time. Don't think that the Rams are going to have enough. I think the Cardinals are able to cover 2.5, especially going back to when you were saying the last time they played. Let me get the score for that one. It was 37-20 Cardinals, and it really wasn't even that close. I'm pretty sure the Rams scored there at the end to pull it within 17. I don't think enough has changed with either one of those squads in favor of the Rams to make a significant change in that score. The Rams have been sliding. The Cardinals have been boosted up. I think they win this game. I think they cover 2.5. 51.5 seems a little high, but I'm still thinking it goes. I'm going to take the over. It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
It is a tough one. The main reason why it's tough is there's a McVay effect to this game. It seems like Arizona has definitely been the better team all year long. I mean, their record says that. They were winning damn games whenever they didn't even have their somewhat MVP of a caliber quarterback, I guess is what you would describe it as. Give me the Rams. I can't see them losing twice to the same opponent in a year. I just don't expect that to be something that's going to go on. Stafford still, say what you want, just like Jake said, yeah, he had a bad 3-game slide and they lost all 3 games, but when he plays good, they play good. I'm just a little nervous about this because the Rams' record here as of late, I mean, they haven't beat a good team in a long time. And the only good team, the last time they beat a good team was Tampa. And that feels like forever ago.
Week 3.
Yeah, but they won the Week 3 Super Bowl. They haven't done much since.
Man, that's brutal. It's just, to me, Arizona is definitely the better team, but the Rams they got to win it. And it's a night game. Give me the Rams. I'm selling myself on. I'm not going to talk myself out of it. Give me the Rams. Hopefully they don't turn the ball over. And under 51.5.
All right, real quick. Army-Navy. Army -7, over under 34.5. You don't research anything. Just give me a pick.
Give me
Army
Navy.
is 8-3. Navy's 3-8.
Navy's 3-8.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Army.
You shouldn't have told him nothing.
Give me Army. Give me Army.
Give me Navy.
Anything can happen.
Navy +7 and the under 34.5. I mean, if it's that low, gotta go down.
Shout out the troops. That's all I'm going to say. Shout out the troops.
Deep Shot Sports for the troops. All right,
I'll go over as well.
Army for me. Give me Army.
I'm on the Navy train. Shout out Chris Cookman, Navy veteran.
Hey, before we get to this little post-game talk, couple things I want to run out before we just get to this raunchy topic we're about to get on. NCAA's coming back in 2023.
Yep, saw that.
The game.
Dude, we've just
Do you
heard
believe
this
the
so
hype?
many
Do you
times,
believe
and
the
they
hype? That's
keep
my
on
question.
doing it. Like,
Well, I mean,
I'm
they
just,
announced it a while ago, almost a year ago now. They announced that it was coming back,
Mhm.
and then they just now today they're putting a time frame on it. I mean, it seems that's another year and a half of waiting, which I don't understand. Like, I don't understand how there hasn't been somebody just in the works making the video game like ready to go. Like,
I hope it's good. If they roll out some Madden shit, oh my god, it's gonna be so disappointing.
Yeah, it's gonna be horrible. It's got to be completely different for Madden.
It's
yeah,
gotta have
I,
just
I
different
need to be able
Has to
gameplay.
to
be.
run backwards and be able to launch the ball 80 yards downfield while I'm running
Correct.
backwards.
Do some
Correct.
crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's got to be a star feature of the game. Just being able to just make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get my hopes up until like I actually see like a trailer for the game come out. And then at that point I'll be like, oh shit, it's real. Let's go.
All right, one more thing. I just want to throw this out there for y'all. On the draft board that McShay comes out with, Jordan Davis is not the first overall D tackle. I just want to see y'all's reaction to that shit.
A little bit of an overreaction from SC Championship, I would say. I mean, he's the biggest motherfucker out there, dude. I mean, damn, all year. Literally, if Georgia wins the SC Championship game, Jordan Davis is in New York this weekend. Like, no doubt about it.
I think so too. He's not even in the top 25 of prospects next year.
What?
What?
He's not. The guy ahead of him is 11th, and Kobe Dean is the highest Georgia player
Whatever.
at 12. Crazy.
This is McShade's thing?
No, this is Kuiper, actually.
Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah, fuck
Makes
no.
sense.
Kuiper. I
now.
wonder what McShay is, yeah, I gotta go look that up now. We gotta find these McShay rankings.
Me and Caleb have had many hatreds of Mel Kiper's draft
Yeah,
board.
Mel Kiper is a dickhead. Oh, if y'all want to talk about something else while I'm looking this up, Pat McAfee got paid today, like big time.
I saw
pay.
that he got like $30 million a year from
Yeah.
FanDuel.
Yeah, dude.
What?
Yeah.
Is he leaving Barstool?
No, he left
He was
Barstool
never
forever
with-
ago.
Yeah, he's been without Barstool. He's
Pat
been independent for a while.
Yeah, Pat McAfee has his own show.
I thought that show is it not affiliated with Barstool in any way?
No, it's been a.
That's when he left Barstool. That's what he started to do.
Who is it affiliated with?
I think it was already affiliated with FanDuel.
It was FanDuel was the somewhat sponsor, but it wasn't like what they are now.
Yeah, they just like bought them though. Now like FanDuel.
Basically,
$30 million a year.
yeah, dude, that's
like
crazy.
Dan Levitard has DraftKings at like 50. DraftKings
Fuck
bought
Dan
Dan Levitard for
Levitard.
50.
I cannot stand Dan Levitard anymore. I
Like,
used to back in the day. Like man, like I used to love Highly Questionable and everything. I still kind of do like Highly Questionable. Not
It's
gonna lie.
not a show anymore.
Yeah, they dissolved it whenever they shuffled up ESPN last time. Whenever Maria Taylor left or whatever.
Got his show. That's what.
Yeah, Max Kellerman took that show, and they
Which
moved
also,
him
by
from.
the way, let's talk about that. Have y'all seen Max Kellerman's show?
No, I don't have cable. I don't really
It
watch
is literally
much
just a 2:00 version of Get Up. It's literally all it is. Like Max Kellerman trying to like. It's literally just him doing everything Greenberg does in the same studio. Max Kellerman does not need to host a sports show, though. I'll tell you that. He's just not. He's so lame.
Dude, he was fine. Dude, that's the thing, bro. Is everybody want to act like he was so bad at First Take? And I mean, I'm not trying to act like Kellerman was just coming out here with just the crazy accurate takes all the time. But he was no worse than Stephen A. Stephen A says the most outrageous shit. And then it would just get retweeted and like hoo-hawed because he says damn and hell in his takes. He's like, oh hell, I'm tired of these damn. Boom. And he gets 40,000 retweets. And they're like, look at this man preaching every time.
I found McShay's big board. Jordan Davis is 22. Trayvon Walker is 23. Found that to be interesting.
Somebody had Trayvon Walker in top 10.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah, I saw that too. Malik Willis is 24, in case y'all were curious where he was at.
All right, let's get into the last segment. Do y'all still want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
let's do it.
All right, so the Would You segment. We'll do this, I guess, every week. Why not? The Would You segment. First one, Jake.
So before the topic, before we started the show, we were just talking about some things. I follow Bella Danger on Instagram. If you don't know who Bella Danger is, she is a adult film Star.
Star. Star would
Yes,
be a good
and
answer for that.
look, dude, I'm very attracted to her. I think she's beautiful. I really do. And I just saw an erotic picture of her, and I was like, "Whew, man, she's hot." Said that out loud, and then Garrison replied, and he's like, "Dude, I mean, when she was in Atlanta for the World Series, I was, apparently you were just like right there close to her. You didn't even realize it." And then Garrison tells a story about how he wanted to get a picture with her, or one of his friends wanted to get a picture with her, and her boyfriend got all pissed off, started like pushing back, said, "Hey man, you're not taking a picture with my girl, whatever." So then that raised the question: would you date a porn star? So I'll let y'all start. Talk it out. I think I've got my answer, but I'll let y'all start.
There's a lot of variables to this. Though,
There's
like,
a
what
ton of
what kind of
variables.
star
Yeah,
is
like
There's
she?
so many.
What category is she?
See, here's
Yeah.
so that's what I was going through first. If it was Bella, I'm God, even with her, I don't know. I'm gonna say yes with her because I really am so attracted to her. I think she is so hot.
Just one in general.
Huh?
But the question is just, would you in general date one?
I'm talking. So that's the thing. I don't know if you could just throw in general. I don't know if I could say yes because if you're talking top tier, like
Yeah, but if
like
she's
a
just on the
Malcolm,
amateur playlist.
Alexis Texas,
Yeah.
Bella
You date
Alexis
a
Texas is Alexis
name brand
Texas
porn
still
star.
top tier?
In my heart, she is.
Would you date a name brand porn star?
Yeah, name brand. I think I would, because that's a flex, bro.
It really
It is
is.
a flex.
Why
What are you
not?
gonna do? What are you gonna do whenever somebody's trying to take a picture with your girl in the bar?
Well, I mean, come
I'll
on,
let
man.
them take a picture.
Yeah, if the pussy's out there on the internet already, what's a picture gonna do?
Yeah, what's the picture gonna do to really like fuck things up?
Yeah. Like I've already accepted that other dudes can put it inside her on film
And that's the thing. Yeah, it's like
So if
Bella
somebody
is
wants
still
to just take
making
a picture of
movies.
her face, okay, that's not the worst thing.
Yeah, I mean, Bella is still making videos. Like, you're gonna be okay with her just getting piped down the street, coming home, and you kissing her, and then that night you go out, and then a Theta
gotta go to
Chi
work.
at Kennesaw State wants to take a picture.
She's got a shift the next morning at 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
For a little, you're just getting pissed about the guy taking the pic. So would you? I mean, I would. Name brand?
I would. I'm gonna go yes with name brand. Anything below that, no. Like I saw this. There was this TikTok series that I saw. I mean, hell, it's probably been close to a year ago, maybe about 9 months. Of this one guy, he would set up like a camera as he was picking his girlfriend up, like, and she was a low level porn star, low level, and he would pick her up at the studio, and she would come in there and she would talk. She's like, "Oh my god, my back hurts." He was just so big, he was pounding me, and then I was like, "How is that guy doing that?" Like, that is a soldier right there, and he is stronger than I am.
You gonna live with that?
There's no way. There's no way I would be able to. No, there's no way I'd be able to, unless that girl is bringing in millions.
Okay, well, she's bringing in the cheddar. I mean,
it's just a job, dude.
I mean,
Joe?
but that's not. I don't know. I'm not. I guess I'm.
Now the next porn star video you'll see. Would you date a podcaster?
Yeah, and Bella will be like, "Yeah, if he's like 6'2", has a beard, green eyes, from Georgia, lives in Jacksonville." And I'm like, "Whoa, look,
Jake,
I'm here."
She has a type according to her videos and the guy she's dating right now. Just saying.
Hey, look, dude. If you do enough scrolling, you'll find something.
I guess.
Hey, Caleb, we haven't got an answer from you, bro.
Yeah, would you?
My answer would be no. There's literally like one condition that I would be able to do, and I'm not,
She retired?
No. No.
What's the condition?
You can cut her if you want to. She'd have to be an anal porn star because the pussy's mine. I can't do that, buddy. No way.
Caleb, I respect the fuck out of that answer.
That was nice. That's a good condition.
If she's an anal porn star, she can go for it. Hey, you can see her naked, but I can't not have. She gotta have some walls, bro. And I know, still, bro. Like I'm gonna go back on my phone and see Somebody tweeted out a picture of my girl getting blasted by this dude. Come on.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, there's like a list of probably 3 or 4 that I would, and then outside of that, I probably wouldn't. But for the sake of the answer, I'm gonna go with yes. But it's really like those 4 up there that I think I would, but outside of that, it gets a little, the water gets choppy.
You think you'd get mad though? Like if your girl was like that, you think you'd be mad like he was
It
if like
depends. I
everybody was
wonder if all the girls are really like that, or if some of them just like it's work.
I feel like they are. I feel like they have to be.
I feel like they get so.
It's like a persona, right?
Yeah,
Like they already have fake names
especially like the
anyway.
older women that have been doing it for so long. It's just like, oh, I gotta show up and do it. Like when Lisa Ann shows, like I've seen videos of Lisa Ann, like she doesn't do it anymore, but I've seen videos of her like at Barstool and shit, just like walking around and her just seems like just a regular chick, just
Kind of iconic though,
yeah,
But
just
Bella's still in her freaking prime though, man. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, that was a hell of episode 51, right before a whole year. We get it juicy. All right. Hope everybody tails the picks. Shout out Tony, who always fades and probably always misses.
Oh, yeah, actually, Tony took Vikes tonight.
Uh-oh.
Did he?
Took the Vikes. Yeah, he took the Vikes.
Nice. Shout out
How about
Tony.
that?
All right.
Okay.
Deep Shot Podcast, episode 51. Signing out.
See you later.